Imagine the lights of Suncorp Stadium fading into a cold, clinical boardroom where the future of the NRL's biggest golden boy was just sliced into pieces by a single pen stroke. Reece Walsh, the electric fullback who can outrun a shadow, just lost the one man who handles his millions, and the reason why is more explosive than a grand final tackle. This isn't just a paperwork error or a missed meeting, it's a full-blown integrity crisis that has sent shockwaves through the Brisbane Broncos and the entire league hierarchy. We are peeling back the curtain on a scandal involving secret altercations, high-stakes dishonesty, and a governing body that has finally decided to stop playing nice with the power brokers of the game. If you think the action on the field is intense, wait until you hear what happened in a Port Macquarie pub that changed the course of Walsh's career forever. The NRL Integrity Unit didn't just find a crack in the system, they found a canyon, and today, we are diving straight into the wreckage of the player-manager meltdown that has everyone from Red Hill to Sydney talking. Subscribe now for the fastest hits in footy. This is All Sports Updates. The chaos erupted when the NRL handed down a crushing 9-month suspension and a heavy $15,000 fine to Nash Dawson, the high-profile agent from Wasserman who manages not just Walsh, but also stars like Ezra Mam and Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. The catalyst, a violent physical altercation with a rival agent, Chris Orr, following the Australian Secondary Schools Rugby League Championships. Picture this: the men responsible for mentoring the next generation of superstars, the very people tasked with upholding the professional standards of a multi-million-dollar industry, engaged in a public brawl outside a pub. This wasn't just a heated argument over a contract, it was a total breakdown of the accredited agent scheme rules. To make matters worse, when the Integrity Unit came knocking for answers, the cooperation was non-existent, forcing the league's hand to issue a ban that effectively severs the lifeline between Walsh and his primary negotiator during one of the most critical phases of his professional development. The ripple effect of this ban is staggering because it exposes a deeper rot within the agent ecosystem that the NRL is now desperately trying to cauterize. While Dawson sits on the sidelines, he is joined by other heavyweights like Mario Tartak, who received a massive 12-month ban for even darker allegations involving unauthorized communication with underage players and illicit commercial arrangements with clubs. For a player like Reece Walsh, who already faces intense scrutiny for his rock star lifestyle and social media antics, including that bizarre video involving a toilet, losing his primary advisor to a scandal involving lack of cooperation and physical altercations is a PR nightmare. The Broncos are now in a position where they have to safeguard an $81 million brand while their star player's representative is legally barred from even picking up the phone to discuss a contract. It creates a vacuum of leadership that could leave Walsh vulnerable at a time when he needs a steady hand the most. Stay tuned because things are getting heated. All Sports Updates has the inside scoop. This scandal serves as a brutal reminder that in the modern NRL, the game is won and lost as much in the shadows as it is on the grass. The NRL's determination wasn't just about punishing a fight, it was about sending a clear, terrifying message to every agent in the business: you are not bigger than the game. By banning Dawson and Orr, the league has effectively decapitated some of the most powerful agencies in the sport, leaving dozens of players in a state of professional limbo. For Walsh, the timing couldn't be worse as the Broncos transition under new leadership and try to move away from the party boy culture that has plagued them in recent seasons. The league is demanding a level of high personal and professional standards that these agents fundamentally failed to meet, and now the players are the ones left to deal with the fallout of their managers' egos and errors. As we look toward the 2026 season, the Walsh factor remains the biggest talking point in rugby league, but the conversation has shifted from his brilliant footwork to the stability of his inner circle. If Dawson attempts to circumvent this ban by negotiating in the shadows, the NRL has promised even more severe, career-threatening penalties, including potential 10-year bans for anyone caught helping players defect to rebel competitions or breaking accreditation rules. The cage has been locked, and the key has been thrown away for the next 9 months, leaving Reece Walsh to navigate the treacherous waters of NRL stardom without his longtime navigator. This scandal isn't just a footnote, it's a turning point for how the business of league is conducted, proving that no matter how many tries you score, the rules of the room will always eventually catch up to the chaos of the streets. For the latest on the Walsh saga and every breaking NRL story, hit that notification bell. This is All Sports Updates. Would you like me to break down the specific contract clauses that are now at risk for the Broncos stars?